Hey everybody, it's Father Casey from Epiphany of Our Lord Church, and welcome to our YouTube channel for our fourth Magi video. This week, the second week of Lent, we find Jesus taking his three inner core disciples of Peter, James, and John up a high mountain where he is transfigured. The Greek word, which is actually more understandable, is metamorphosis. He's metamorphosized up there on the mountain. He's changed. His face becomes dazzling white. His clothing becomes bright and white. And so they are given this incredible vision. And then Moses and Elijah show up on the mountain. And then God comes in a cloud, God the Father, comes in a cloud and speaks to them, telling everyone to listen to him, because this is my beloved Son. And the only other time God does that is at Jesus' baptism. So this is a very significant moment. But I find it so strange, like why we've left the desert last week where Jesus does battle with Satan, and now we have the church putting this reading where Jesus is on top of a mountain being changed into this bright light, this glorified person. But that's really the whole point of Lent, isn't it? That's the whole journey of Lent. We start out in the desert and the temptations of the world, and then we go through Lent, and then we come to the conclusion with the passion and the suffering and death of Jesus, but then the glorious resurrection. And this transfiguration takes place after Jesus has already told his disciples about his suffering and his death and his resurrection. And Peter is like, no, God forbid, Lord, that should happen to you. And Jesus says, get behind me, Satan. And so the disciples don't understand what's happening. So then Jesus takes these three, and they get to experience this incredible thing on top of a mountain, which is a symbol of God coming down to meet us. The desert is where we meet ourselves, but the mountain is where God comes to meet us. It's like meeting halfway. We go towards heaven, God comes down towards us, which is why there's always a really cool experience on a mountain, whether it's Elijah or Moses or Jesus. So, the whole point of these readings this Sunday is really about the journey of Lent, and in the journey of our lives. Abraham is told to pack up his stuff, leave his family and his home, and go to a distant country and start over, because this is the land that God's going to give him, where he's going to make of him a great nation. That's pretty hard to do. So Abraham is called to go out on a journey, and we are called to go on this journey of Lent, because that's what life is. Life is a journey. It's a journey that we take one day at a time. And there are ups and there are downs, there are good times, there are bad times, there are joys, there are sufferings. That is life. But in this life, we are given good moments, but then one day we will be glorified just like Jesus. And that's the whole point. That we can get through anything knowing that this is our goal. That one day we will be glorified with Jesus. So no matter what we're going through this week, whatever we're going through in our lives, some of us might be battling cancer. Some of us might be battling unemployment. Some of us might be going through a divorce or just real big difficulties in our marriage. We might be having challenges with our children. We might be having challenges with our girlfriends or our boyfriends. But whatever we're facing this week, we must remember that in this life, no one ever promised us a bed of roses. And that in order to get to the glorification of Easter Sunday, we must go through Good Friday. And that's sometimes hard to accept, but that really is what the journey of Lent teaches us. So let's hang in there this week. Whatever struggles we're having, whatever sufferings we're going through, let's remember that Jesus went through it as well, and that he will pull us through, and we will be glorified like him.